I think we're live. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to your weekend. Happy Saturday to you. Happy solstice. Enjoying, I hope, the longest day of the year if you're on the other side of the world or on the southern hemisphere, or in the northern hemisphere, the longest night, shortest day. So I'm ready for a nap. I don't know about you guys. It must be something in the air. I'm like sleepy today. So we'll stay awake here for the readings, though. Hopefully. So, welcome everybody. Before we jump into everything, let us go ahead and raise our love vibration. Come back to this moment. We'll do that by taking a big deep breath. Hold it for as long as you'd like. But while you're holding your breath, think of something that you're sincerely grateful for in this moment. And then, of course, exhale. So here we go. Big deep breath in. Beautiful. We'll continue to raise our love vibration. Get ready for messages from Spirit by hitting the singing bowl here. And each time you hit that, just imagine a waterfall of beautiful, vibrating, unconditional love energy from above coming down and filling up our hearts, or like a electronic pulse pulsating out from your heart, filling your motions, feeling your body, your brain, your thoughts, your cells of your body, your blood, your um, muscles, your joints, whatever, out into our energetic body, filling up our lives first, and then flowing out to the world, allowing it to do what it wants to do out there to help the world raise its love vibration as well. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Just put her back here out of the way. All right. So, hello, everybody. So, can you believe it? We just have one more weekend left after this in 2024. Crazy how this month of 2024 flew by. I joke because it seems like it was a month, not 12 months. But we do have solstice readings. If you haven't checked those out yet, here is the link for those. And then if you are looking for a 2025 energy forecast, this is for each individual zodiac sign. The solstice readings are by element, so all the air signs are together, the water signs, etc. And but the 2025 is for each individual zodiac sign. So be sure to check those out, and we can see what's going on there. What's going on? It's like smoke coming up from my candle. I'm like, "What's going on in there?" All right. Yeah, that's this year. It's gone up in smoke fast, right? All right. I think those were the main things I wanted to mention there. I've got a bunch of fun things coming out for 2025. You'll see them on my main page at the very top in the playlist. It says new for 2025. And gonna have weekly Zen bites and readings for when the sun goes into the new zodiac and the new and full moon energies. We're going to have a monthly quest video talking about 2025 is like the quest for the five elements, which I talk about in this 2025 energy forecast. And I do talk in the beginning about what I'm going to be having this next year. So I'm excited for our adventure. And if you're new to this channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. We got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. And how the free readings work, we just go down in order, first come, first serve, down the list. There's no special list. You just put your question out there, or if you don't want to like reveal things, we understand that. Sometimes the question we want is, personal. You can just ask for a general reading. A lot of people do. And then we pull 1 to 2 cards for the free readings and we'll get an answer. Spirit knows all, so they know what you're looking for. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings and dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those as well. So if you want a deeper dived reading, you can make a donation. What else? And you can make a donation by using the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. I do have my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and Square. I think those are the 4. And I don't have a set dollar amount. I know everyone's finances vary and cost of living varies from country to country and state to state, even here, city to city. So whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. And then after that, my YouTube channel members get second priority for any free readings. And I have, you'll see their names in green with their badge. I have one here right now, Moonlight. Hey, shout out to you. Good to see you. And if you're interested in becoming one of my YouTube channel members, there's a link down below that talks about it. In addition to getting prioritization on my Friday and Saturday and Sunday sessions, well, actually, if I don't always get to all free readings on Fridays and Saturdays, but I always make sure to complete my donations and my YouTube channel members. It's part of their membership. Sundays are different. I always go back on in the afternoon as long as I have energy and everything else and make sure every reading is completed. But it's a special part of the memberships for the Friday and Saturday. And then on Wednesdays, we have a special 2-hour-ish session for all my YouTube channel members. I have 2 levels, Zen Cricket, Praying Mantis, Zen Cricket's $2.99, Praying Mantis $7.99. And so we all get together on Wednesday evenings for readings and past life readings and oracle readings, whatever we're wanting to do. And then my Praying Mantis members, we have a special session on Thursday nights for a couple hours. And then after my Friday, Saturday night sessions and my Sunday afternoon session, we have at least an hour or so together too. So if you're interested, there's a link down below. And you get advanced access to all my videos, like all those, you'll see a lot of the new stuff that's coming out for 2025. My members have a lot of advanced access to all those already. Because I generally try to record 2, 3, even sometimes 4 weeks in advance. And so they have access to those. All right, I think that's everything. So let's get into it. I'm going to continue to use this beautiful Naked Heart Tarot. It's by Jillian Wild. Yeah, Wild. Just in case you're interested in picking that up for yourself. I love the artistry in it. So let us jump in. So Moonlight, we have a couple donations from you, so we'll start there. And thank you for your first one here. Let's give that a love and a like since it lets me do that. There we go. So ours, feelings and thoughts about you today. All right, let's see what's going on in the world of R. So thoughts and feelings toward you. Yeah, about you today. Okay. And then they want all those there too. Okay. So let's take a look here. Pardon me, still clearing my pipes this morning. Apologies. We got the Hanged Man coming in here, and the Hanged Man is a card of pausing, transformation, trying to see things from a higher perspective. So there is the underlying energy is they're kind of, I'm gonna say taking a step back, but taking a different perspective of looking at their interactions with you and understanding of you. And I feel like it's in transformation. I was uh, the way they have this one that looks like that, on a computer, how it's like loading. It's like, come on, when is it going to load? Let's go, let's go. But it is a pausing type of energy that comes in there. Let's see here. So we have the Seven of Swords. They do have a lot of deceitful thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. They tend to have these, let's say their thoughts and beliefs are lying to them. And I don't feel like it's specifically you. I just feel like it impacts their perception of you and everything else in the world because they've got these, all these rules, all these fears, all these past times that people have lied to them, betrayed, um, been sneaky, and different things like that. And so, there is this energy of trying to figure that out, trying to look past that. Because I think in their core, they know that it's not fair to impose past experience on people that it wasn't involved in it before. But that's kind of one of the big things that's challenging them is this old old thinking systems and past experiences. Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of thinking going on. We got the Seven of Swords, then we have the Two of Swords, and the Justice card, which has the Ace of Swords here, trying to balance out their small t truce of fear with capital T truce. Again, seeing things from a higher perspective, bringing in that Hanged Man energy again. And the Two of Swords is like uh, two different viewpoints or changing a viewpoint, trying to get out of their head and into their heart or out of their head and into a higher way of looking at things because we have both a human mind and a higher mind and that Hanged Man and the Justice card is about getting into our higher mind and see more clarity. And so they are seeking this, which again I like that they're not just going everyone's the same and you can't, you know teach me otherwise or convince me otherwise, right? Even on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Queen of Swords balancing the head and the heart energy. So that is reinforced there. Now let's take a look here at these five cards and see. I think there's five. Let's see. I feel like this is all kind of telling you where they're in their mindset. And you did ask how they thought, right? So that's their thinking. Now let's look at their feelings, right? Because we do want to, they're trying to get out of their head and into their hearts. Let's see what their heart has. Well, look, Heart of Pentacles. They do see you as someone who is very nurturing, very giving. And so they do see that side of you, and that's something that they appreciate, that you have a huge heart, you care about people, and even though when you get upset sometimes, they're like they understand that it's because you have a huge heart, and they're like, "I'd rather you be getting upset because you have a huge heart and, you care." Like, in their mind, you care too much, and that's why you get, your feelings hurt. But they'd rather you do that than be unfeeling and wanna, and you're reacting out of fear and wanna kill people, you know? That's funny. Yeah, 8 of Wands, a lot of energy, so they appreciate that you are very passionate about life. Again, but you're very active and very energetic, and they like that about you, this, passionate side of you, this whether that's expressing yourself or passion, depending on what kind of relationship you guys have, but there very much is appreciation for that here. And another 8, so the 8 of Cups is this is, flowing of energy. 8 of Wands is, eights think of 4 on each side. So the Four of Wands is a beautiful flow of energy, and the Eight of Cups is you allow your emotions to flow too. And you feel, and that's something that they really, because I feel like they're big thinkers, perhaps they're an air sign or a Virgo or Capricorn where they're just in their heads. But they appreciate how you allow yourself to feel your emotions, not push them down. And so I like how they appreciate that you express your emotions. What else? Yeah, the Heart of Cups, more emotion. So they see you as this balance between head and heart. So like the Heart of Swords, these are like divine counterpart kind of energies where one is ruled by the swords, but behind the scenes they do have emotion. And then the heart of is it the heart? I'm sorry, it is the Heart of Cups. But you have it I was thinking King of Cups in my head, is what came through. But you have the Heart of Cups. So there is this perception here of this balance. Um and that's interesting because this Heart of Cups, the Queen of Cups, is very empathic and can pick up on things. So I feel like that's where they're understanding and seeing this balance between the head and the heart, but they also see you as very um, like you pick up emotions, and they recognize that you have these abilities. That it's like, how did you know that that person felt that, or how did you know I feel that way? I didn't say anything. How would you know that? So I feel like they get that here. Wow. Yeah. And in their Heart of Hearts, the star card here, they do see you here as like a dream come true kind of energy, with emotionally here and balance. Again, there's this balanced energy that comes in with the star card. It's because usually there's like seven stars in the sky, which represent the seven chakras and balancing that out. So it does feel here they're stuck in their head, but there's a lot of emotion that is below the surface and a lot of things they do appreciate about you here. But I don't see like action and intention. I don't have a whole lot of nudging of that. But again, that makes sense with the Hanged Man because it is paused. So I'm not sure what direction they're going to end up going with all this, but they are evaluating things differently and looking to see things differently. So that is what comes in there. It sounds like him. Time to grow up and wake up. Wakey, wakey. You're so funny. All right. So that's what's coming in for them right now. So thank you for your first donation. And hey, Johanna, shout out to other my YouTube channel members. Hello. All right. And then Moonlight for your second. Let's give that a love and a like there. Anyone know anything good coming this last days before Christmas? Yep, there's something good in every day. I know. Like we had a 1 centimeter of snow for a couple of hours, gave hope of a white Christmas. Ah, right. You're like, whoa, pretty. All right. What are those, Yana? Ducks? Quack, quack. All right. So let's take a look here. Anything good coming this last days before Christmas? What do they want you to know about what's coming here for you last days before Christmas? Okay. Anything else? Okay, nope. So, what do we have coming in here? What do we have coming in here? All right. Well, no Five of Pentacles, which is being left out in the cold, which would be an indication of snow. So I don't have anything here. But the bottom of the deck, you have the Heart of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and then the first card that came out is the Spirit of Wands, which is the King of Wands. So, both of this underlying energy, I mean, both of them, of course, wield the Ace of Wands, which is about stepping into your power and realizing whatever you focus your energy is what grows and expands. So I really like this, this energy of there's a possibilities of so many things, and and you have this power of choice card that comes in here too that reinforces this message of so much possibility of good things unfolding. And the more that we focus on gratitude for what we have now, the more that we're given, right? And if we're focusing on wanting and needing and emptiness and fear and all that other stuff, right? That draws in stuff that matches that, which is what we would as our human not look at as good, right? We look at as ugh, but it's always for us anyway. But if we're looking to magnify the good, then the more good that we're grateful for, the more that um, uh, the things will come in that match that energy. So I like that. You also have the judgment card coming in here, which is your higher self really calling here and having you see things from a different perspective. And kind of this calling, kind of this drawing in and, kind of energy that is bubbling up. And I feel like there's going to be some. He's so scared of feelings. Oh, are. Yeah, they can be, you know, they can bite, right? Um, but this judgment does feel like there's this release of things and seeing things from a higher perspective. I feel like, again, whatever you focus on will come forward here. And so there is this world of possibilities. And the more that we focus on higher vibration, the more we draw those things that match it in. And I feel like that's their big message here is there's so many good things that can come in and we know that, there's good every day and if we recognize it and are grateful for it, more of it comes in, which is really cool. So, we like that we have the power. So, that is what they have there for you, Moonlight. I feel like there's a Black Moon Lilith Cosmic Alchemy Oracle card here for you as well. Because that just feels that they're like, that just is like yeah, 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 blah, blah, blah. We know all that, right? But let's see what you have here. Black Moon Lilith in Aquarius. Honor your individuality. Look at them together pouring out that wonderful energy there. Card number 11. So, Master number 11. And it says it's time to let your freak flag fly for the world to see. And when Black Moon Lilith in Aquarius shows up in a reading, it's encouraging you to embrace what makes you unique. It will require you to be brave and unapologetic. True friends and aligned souls will accept you for who you are. Blue Moon Lilith in Aquarius represents revolution and rebellion against the status quo. Aquarius is a fixed air sign symbolized by the water bearer who pours ascended knowledge out to the collective. Structured Saturn and eccentric Uranus are the planetary rulers of Aquarius. And when the Black Moon Lilith is in the innovative sign of Aquarius, you can expect radical points of view transcending societal expectations. Rosa Parks, a notable Black Moon Lilith in Aquarius, was arrested after she refused to give up her bus seat to a white man in 1955 in the US, sparking the Montgomery bus boycott and fueling the civil rights movement. Blue Moon Lilith in Aquarius also can experience feelings of being the black sheep in their early life. Sorry, I saw something blinking out of my corner eye, but it was one of those uh, lights over there blinking. So blink, blink, blink. It's like the star card. In your ancestry or childhood, the natural desire for liberation from the collective could have been shunned. You march to the beat of your own drummer, even when it may be disliked or feared by others. It's about accepting yourself, quirks and all. Once you do this, those who appreciate you will find your message incredibly healing and uplifting. We have the dark divine feminine shadow work, which visualize meditation I'm sorry, visual meditation is a powerful tool to help build confidence in yourself. During meditation, take time to allow your mind to visualize exactly who you are and want to be. This will power your future timeline with your thoughts. And then the dark divine masculine shadow work, you attract one of a kind people into your life who reflect the unique qualities you desire. Learn from them and integrate what you admire instead of wanting to conform to the rest of society, right? And then it says, embrace who you are. The collective needs your unique soul. So, a nice little extra message there for you. Yeah. But like that just said, everyone's a mirror for us, right? What do you admire in them? Instead of looking at what we don't like in someone, which just amplifies that, when we focus on what we do appreciate in someone, then that multiplies instead, right? So it's a good message. This other one is appreciate the weirdness in other people too, right? You're all ready for Christmas. Awesome. I love that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Moonlight. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your dual donations. And I love the little Mrs. and Mr. Santa Claus there. All right. And then Johanna, thank you so much for your triple donations there. And then Ms. K, hello, hello. You'll be up after that. All right. So, Johanna, happy. Is it snowing over where you're at? All right. So your first one up here. What does Spirit want you to know about the incident with the mink videos from the zoo that you shouldn't have posted? Oh, uh-oh. Okay. We'll take a look here and see. I don't know. What were they doing? They weren't reproducing, were they? Yeah, you're not posting animal porn, are you? That's funny. Your guys are always funny. Anyway, so what does Spirit want you to know about the incident with the mink video here? Okay, all right. So let's see what we got here. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we do have the you know, little shaky rattle here that comes in here. The dark humor, right? Here's the devil card. Speaking of dark humor. But the but the Saturn Capricorn energy, this is all the work. I feel like it's interesting. They're saying it's just a job. In the end, it's just a job. Don't fret it. Things come up to learn and to grow and to release ourselves from fears and to have us face some old ways of thinking, old ways of looking at stuff. So just know it's part of your path that's unfolding. Don't take it too seriously. Um, yeah, right. It's not the end of the world. And it's like, all right, you didn't do it on purpose. You know that. You didn't know that there's a rule against showing the zoo animals on videos and posting them. They're like, no, 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 no. Has to be approved, has to be from the zoo, you know. Um, Otherwise, they might see things, shut us down. Who knows why they have it all there, right? Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, sorry, didn't know. Now I know. Kind of stuff. Yeah, and temperance, patience, balance, things balance out. I just feel like it's no big deal with with the temperance. It's just like, yeah, you know, um, the amount that you give and that you help, they're not gonna be like, all right, you're out of here. They're like, we get it. They're not going to go overboard with all of that. So, you know, and then the two of wands too, whatever energy you focus on with it is what you expand. And so if you pour, um, if you pour your fear energy into it, that expands that experiences. But if you release it and go, okay, you know what? I'm I get it, I'm sure you apologized when they were like, "Oh my god, what'd you do? Take that down, blah blah blah." You're like, "Oh, so sorry, I didn't realize it. I won't do it anymore. Sorry." We'll see what comes through here with all this here. But yeah, I mean, we got these three cards came out together, the King of Swords. I feel like this is don't overthink it. The Three of Pentacles is about being true to your unique self and being yourself. Yeah, you did apologize. Yeah, and that's good. And the Five of Pentacles is the fear of lack and the fear of being left behind or being abandoned and rejected, right? But it's like, don't get in your head about it. Yeah, I like all this. You have the Seven of Swords, which is really looking at, your own thoughts and beliefs that deceive you. And, it's, yeah, it's like the full card. Start fresh, movement of cups, allow your heart to move and still love, love, love. Don't allow it to hold you back. Don't allow it to make you walk on eggshells. I feel like all this is still be true to your unique self and express yourself and be yourself. Just if you are wanting to share something with, just ask them first. And now the boundaries and going, oh, this isn't as free flowing as I thought it was, right? So I feel like, yeah, yet you will go back there. I feel like, again, with that temperance, it is all about that you give so much more than what you what trouble you cause, which is a miracle in itself, troublemaker. No, I'm just kidding. But and then of course the Two of Wands is what you focus your energy on the most here. So you don't need to blow it out of proportion in your mind. Just kind of look at it and go, okay, and besides, it's not for forever anyway. You have your other job that you're going to be your dream you're heading toward. So disconnecting from the fear of not working there because you're like, I'm not going to work there forever. And when the time is right for me to move on, I will. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I can let that go and not beat myself up about it. Be gentle with myself. So I like that. So boom, boom, shakalaka, nothing to fear. The minxes are okay with you. They still love you. So that's the important part. All right. So thank you for that one. And then for your second donation, thank you so much. Whoops, I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. I was like, I thought I didn't give the first one a love and a like, but I just was looking at the wrong one. So thank you for the additional second donation. And that one, you hope Kay hasn't fallen in love with you. What is Spirit's words of wisdom regarding Kay? Oh, the minks are who matter, right? You're like, I love them and they love me. All right, so let's see what Spirit has here about Kay. Okay, they do want both of those. All right. Let's see what this is all about. Right. Not that I think everyone is constantly falling in love with me, but because that happens so much, why would I think that this would be any different? Well, the bottom of the deck we have the Hanged Man, which is transformation and pausing, seeing things from a distance. So I don't feel like they've fallen in love with you, because this, Hanged Man is a slow kind of burn energy. Let's see what that's the bottom of the deck. Let's see what else they have here for you. Yeah, Four Pentacles, stable outside world. Let's see, this came with it too. Six of Swords. Six of Swords is movement of thought and belief, letting some old things go, some this. Let me see what this. These three cards seem to go together, and the Six of Cups. So there is past life connection between you guys, and there is this flow. Um, it just seems very easy, like they feel at home with you, which has to do with that past life energy that is coming in there. And there's movement, like you guys, communication feels easy between the two of you with that Six of Swords, at least from their perspective. But they feel like there's something that they're not understanding that's attractive there, but I don't feel like they've like fallen in love. There's attraction. Let's see what these other cards are here. Yeah, again, they're seeing things from this different perspective that's coming in here. And you got the Heart of Cups and the Three of Cups too. So they're definitely picking up this spiritual connection because Queen of Cups is like, the high priestess in a way. Three of Cups is joy, celebration. So there is that kind of energy that's there, but Three of Cups is also the spiritual posse and spiritual connections. And with those three coming out together, the judgment being higher self and all this, very spiritual, emotional connection that's there. And again, I feel like that um, extends from the Six of Cups, which would be, that, there's something there, and I'm not sure what it is, but it doesn't feel like from them it's coming from here of the, you know, uh, Pepe Le Pew with hearts in their eyes. Oh la la la, bonjour. It's here. It's down in the solar plexus. It's down in the connection to the spirit world. Is they're feeling something deep emotion, higher emotion, not, you know, the human fickle emotion that we feel. Um, yeah, and I again, here's the Fated Wheel, which is the one of my other cards of past life connection. So with the Six of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, that's there. That's telling me that that's kind of what the draw is, the strings that bind you guys together. Um, they're pretty solid here with the Spirit, which is the King of Swords, and Spirit of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. So very positive, masculine, strong energies where I feel like because that was on the bottom, those 3 emotion cups were up there, and then you've got this very divine masculine. So it's like the divine feminine and the divine masculine are balanced within them. So I don't feel like they have like that, love, 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 you know, oh, I want to be with you. They're just like there's this connection and they enjoy it, but they feel very balanced. So that's what's coming in there. I don't feel like they have fallen in love, but there is energetic and emotional connection there and attraction. What else is new? No, I was kidding. But a bunch. All right. So that's what they have for that one, Johanna. Thank you for that donation. You're like, good. And then you wanted advice, like, what's the word of wisdom regarding it? Is allow it to be what it is. And you're not responsible for other people falling for you or not, and what's going on with it. Like, well, we don't want to be the heartbreakers. I don't want them to feel bad because of me. But you're not responsible for that. You just get to be you, get to shine bright, you get to have your energy flow. How other people interpret it and deal with it is up to them, and that's their journey. You can't go sweep in front of everyone else's door or your front door gets dirty. So spend your time in front of your own door, um, which is a German proverb, I think. All right, let me take a quick sip here. All right. So on to number 3, the snowflakes. Yay, I love it. So thank you for the snowflakes. We don't have snow right now. We're not going to have snow for our, but we got enough snow. I'm grateful. All right. So you feel like your abilities of psychicness, specifically visually, has increased lately. Have they, and why? What is up? So you mean like really like seeing things? You have none and you're thankful. Yeah, you'll have enough for over the winter anyway, right? All right. So has your psychicness expanded? That's first. And visually specifically, I feel like is those. And why? We know it has, but we'll find out the why. All right. I know. I laugh and remark before you guys see the cards. It's so rude, but that's the benefit of being the reader. I get to do it. You have an old lady in the room. That's funny. Well, you do have the bottom of the deck. You got the 3 of cups, which represents this, our again, our higher self, our our posse of support, all of our spirit guides. And on the bottom too, you have the moon card, which is all about that moon energy, Pisces energy, connecting. And I think we'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna dive deeper under the bottom of the deck because I feel like those are too powerful cards. I don't want to take away from them at all. But there is Pisces energy. Excuse me. Pisces energy is all about our connection to the spirit world, and that you got the 3 of cups and the moon together. Tell me yes. And that's even before we start. That's just the bottom, underneath the bottom energy there. Yeah. Okay. And then to answer your first question again, has it? Yes. All right. So Heart of Wands, another one of my cards that it kind of comes in with the High Priestess, because the Queen of Wands has that connection energetically with spiritual connection to the upper realms, but also she usually has a black cat, which because all the queens get a cups behind the scenes, which has to do with their empathic abilities. So she represents um, a strong connection to the spirit world. And the 5 of cups is this transformation of emotion. You've opened up your heart and you've let some old emotions go, which has cleared the pipeline. And you've been focusing on being aware of your emotional energy and what you're focusing on. And of course, when we're in lower vibration, it's very noisy, very foggy. It's hard for us to connect to the spirit world when we're in fear and involved in the human journey, because it's noisy. Fear is very noisy. But when we raise our love vibration to that of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude, 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 that's the frequency at which spirit speaks and through which we get visions and everything else. So when you're talking about, your visions and knowledge, all of our spiritual gifts are channeling. We're in open and flowing with that energy. So that does show here that you have been doing that with that 5 of cups, which has allowed you to really access that combination of the wands energy of the queen of cups with, queen of wands with the cups energy that she gets too. So definitely that's another confirmation of yes, that your has improved. And then vision specifically, we'll take a look here. 10 of cups. Again, when you're full of joy and overflowing and you just feel like your emotions are at a high, your visions again come in very quickly, and quickly because it you are at that higher vibration. Yeah, and the universe does show, the ending of one cycle and an upgrade. So this does both of these together confirm endings and beginnings. You reached a point, and that has helped. Now, with your visions, the Eight of Swords is a good flowy number because this does show that you have also looked at and become aware of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted before. So you've done some emotional release that has opened up your spirituality to a higher level anyway. But specifically, there's been some thinking and some beliefs that you've let go that have allowed you this upgrade, um, to where you're able to see with more clarity because the mind is more clear. Your emotions are more clear and they're higher vibrational. So I like that. Let's see what else we have here. And the wise, well, that's kind of the wise. Um, but in addition to all of that, you also have the Nine of Wands. Is you've been stepping into your spiritual power with the Nine of Wands, where it felt like a block before. Um, you know, when there's like nine wands and we're like, I can't get through here. Usually they have like a bandage on their head and because they've been hitting their head up against trying to get through. But when we realize, wait, one of these is glowing brighter than the other, and that's my magic wand. I reach out and I grab it, and then I can become empowered. It's like that's my becomes my magical staff. And then there it leaves an opening for me to pass through. And that's what happens here with the three of wands is that you've changed directions from where you thought you were going to go before because of this opening, this energetic opening that has happened as well. And so you've stepped into your power. Again, whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And I feel like you've really embraced that. That was a big um, awareness that came into your life this year is I hold the power. I hold the power. And then you were like, I'm going to hold the power. And now you're holding the power. And that's what's allowing the stuff to flow. What else do we have here? Yeah. And then also again, the movement behind beyond the emotions. Earth Mother, you have been taking time to nurture yourself. And I like this. I think you got this before. Here's all the seven loves in your life, right? All the love interests that you've had this year. That's what created the fog. But when you went and you're like, I'm going to be the primary focus of my love, that's what's opened things up here. That's funny. Just the seven. Just the 7 cups, a lot of emotional confusion drawing you everywhere, but when you realized in it's come back to you. One of the big things you've been working on this year too is your self-love, right? And, realizing that all the outside relationships were mirrors reflecting back to your love, but also that your inner love is what impacts all of your outer relationships. And I feel like that's another big aha that you've had this year. That's part of the Five of Cups with the clearing of emotions and clarity of emotions that have allowed some of the clogs to be removed and allow your emotional energy to flow in higher vibration. I mean, just think of yourself. Look at yourself a year ago, right? Yeah, many ahas um, this last year, right? So big openings, you know. It's like we have this huge pipeline of love that we're born with and that's flowing, that's part of our natural state, but then as we grow up, we things clog that pipeline, all these beliefs and emotions and stuff we experience as, humans in our first 14, 21 years of our life, it clogs things up. Then we spend the rest of our life on our adventure learning to declog that, which increases the flow of things that comes in. So I love that for you. All right. I know. Pretty crazy. It was a huge year of growth. I mean, ever since 2020, it seems like the last 4 years have been like every year just whoa, more, whoa, more, whoa, more. In 2025, up to this point, we think, what, how much more can I open up? 2025 is a huge year of growth in the beautiful ways. So I like that. And now there's aliens in the sky. I know, right? Come on. I feel like 2025, maybe 2025 is going to be the year of um, where we learn that there's contact that can't be hidden. Because I'm sure we've had contact already, but governments were like, we can't let this out of the bag yet because people are going to go crazy. And we're already crazy enough. We don't need any help. So maybe they're going to douse us all first with some sort of meds to make us all calm down and then go, oh, look, cool. Look at the aliens. The alien said something. Oh, making deals with the aliens, right? You can eat the older people, but not the younger people. No, that's not the kind of aliens they are. You're too funny. All right. So thank you, my dear. Again, so many blessings to you, and I appreciate all the donations and all the love and support. Appreciate you. All right. Miss K, you are up next. Oh my gosh, Infinity. Hello, hello. I did not shout out to you. And Happy Pill. I am slacking on my shout outs to my YouTube channel members. So, hey guys, good to see you. All right. So, Infinity, you'll be up next year after Miss K. So, Miss K, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And let's find out here. How does this stubborn male Taurus feel about you after receiving your text message of gratitude? Oh, I love messages of gratitude. So let's take a look here and see what is going on here with this male Taurus after that text message. Okay. And they do want that one, and they do want that one, and they do want that one. All right. All righty. Let's take a look here. You got 2 cards and 3 cards, and then 3 cards. Interesting formation. We'll just go with this here. All right. So, Miss K, gratitude is the attitude. I love that, Johanna. So, bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Wands, which is a good energy. And underneath that, we have the Naked Heart. And underneath that, we've got the Knight of Wands. This combination here just tells me that it did move their heart. And because the movement of wands, the Knight of Wands is about action and that's what I call it, movement of wands in this deck. It's all about movement. Three of Wands is like a change of direction from what they like where they thought they were headed. It brought in like a and I don't know if it necessarily that they put action in the change yet, but it did dawn on them that maybe I want to take a different direction in their interactions with you. So we'll see what that means here with these other cards. That's just the energy on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. And here again, the Devil card, the Capricorn, um, Saturn energy, shaking and rattling their thoughts and belief systems. The Ace of Swords is about seeing things from a different perspective. Both of these cards are about thinking, 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 and changes in thinking and challenges in their thinking and belief systems, which is great. And I feel like there's one part of them, just so that you know this, that they're such a giver. This Taurus, ruled by Venus, grounded, likes the five senses, likes to give. They have a hard time receiving, and um, but when you sent them this text of gratitude, they were like, Wow, I don't think people thank them enough or much. I guess, well, enough is a judgment, but they don't much. And so when it happens, they're kinda taken back a bit, but in a good way. It helps them, and I like that. So I feel like that's just something to know with all of that here. Yeah. And we've got here, so the Sky Father, Aries energy. Again, there's this ignition that's like that, movement of wands. It's like they're thinking about next steps, what they wanna do, getting out of their head. Again, this Capricorn energy, getting out of their head about the supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's. Thinking about, what do I want to do with this? And this is why I feel like they're getting out of their head of a pre arranged response that they've been kind of going on autopilot with you. And I feel like they're wanting to take things in a different way. We got the Nine of Pentacles, this feeling of fullness. They do like their alone time here with the Nine of Pentacles. Um, so just know that they're a bit of a I feel like they're a bit of a loner, not a big social animal. They like being to themselves a bit. But this innocence of cups did create happiness, it did create emotion that began to flow. So there is definitely both, you triggered them in their mind, but you also triggered them in their heart, which is good. A good thing. And let's see what else unfolds here. Yep, the magician. Here's all this fire energy. So you definitely, it triggered something within them here because it does have them want to do more. And that makes so much sense because the magician card also with the, the wand suit and all that, whatever we focus our energy is what we attract to us. So when we focus in on what we need and want and hate and fear and blah, 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 we draw all that in, right? But one of the big things that we talk a lot on this channel, because Spirit brings it through, it's our power of where we focus our energy. And that's why I love when I hear people are sending gratitude out, because when we are grateful for something, sincerely grateful, it draws more of that in there. That's the energetic, I want to say rule, but that's just how energy works in this realm. But humans work that way too, right? When we focus on who someone's not being, the expectations that they're disappointing us with and they're falling short, what do we get? More of that. But when you tell someone, like, you know what I really appreciate about you is that you did this, or, I really appreciate this, and da 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 da, it makes us want to do that more because it feels good to have our human feel so good when people are appreciative and we want to do more. If someone's like, oh, like, you didn't do the dishes right, is that going to encourage me to want to do the dishes more? No, it sends me in the opposite direction. So I love this coming in because I do feel like it has sparked them wanting to do more. So there you go. Yeah. And the Nine of Swords, moving beyond fears. And this is Nightmare and Insomnia card where, um, there's this fear that, and this has to do with the thinking that we were talking about before, because an overgiver in our lives, which I'm sure you can resonate with us too, uh, it scares the crap out of us when people give to us, because one of our things growing up that made us encourage us to be an overgiver when we were younger is that, that makes us feel like we're needed and wanted. And so if someone gives to us, that has this underlying message alert that goes off going, no, 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 it's backflowing, it's going the wrong direction. If people are giving to us, then they don't need us. And that's not true. Of course, that's a lie, but that's what triggers. And that's what's triggering in them. This is what they're overcoming, is overcoming this, that I can receive and I can give and receive. I don't have to be just a giver. So I really like that energy coming in there. And the Spirit of Cups. We like this. This is this equal balance between heart and mind, the King of Cups rules over cups, but all the kings get a second portion of air, the swords. So it balances their head and their heart. And I like that, this energy that comes in here with all this. I just feel like it's encouraging them to want to do something new, but I'm not sure what it is yet. I don't feel like they're sure what it is yet, but it has sparked them to want to give more and to take the approach of your guys' interactions in a higher vibration direction. So I like all that for you. So gratitude is the attitude, as Johanna said, and gratitude is a winner in this case, which in probably every case, gratitude is a winner because that's the energy that opens up and brings things more for us. So I love that for you. Hopefully that resonates, Miss K. It's definitely feels like a positive result from that. All right, and thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then Infinity, you are up next. So thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. And just going to take a drink of my blue juice here. Yay! I'm so glad, Miss K. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you so much. All right. So, Infinity, does L not want to talk and prefers that we stay at a distance? All right. All right. Simmer down, cards. Simmer down. Cards flying everywhere. All right. See what we have here. Where did that one? That one's underneath. Okay. Let's take a look here. Well, the bottom of the deck is kind of like meh, temperance, patience, balance, kind of going back and forth. Energy is more what's coming through here. Well, do I know what to talk about? I don't know. Do I want to say this? I don't know. Do I? Do I? Wishy-washy, bouncy, bouncy, going back and forth. That's the energy in the bottom of the deck. Let's see what else Spirit has here for you. Yeah, emotional stability here with the Four of Cups. And it's interesting, the Four of Cups, because the Four of Cups normally has someone leaned up against a tree looking at the normal three cups of the outside world, their relationships that have had, have, or whatever with humans. And the missing cup is this, and they don't even see the self-love that's missing here, right? And this is where I kind of the wishy-washiness, sorry, as I fall off my seat, the wishy-washiness comes in because I kind of feel like because they're not connecting with their self-love. So what happens? We have all this journey of all of us humans, we're told to look out here for our fulfillment of our emotions. Don't find it out here because humanity is ever changing and unstable and temporary. And we're looking for eternal unconditional love. And all we have out there is temporary conditional love. Eventually, we're like, what is all that stuff out there? I'm just bored with it. I can't find what I'm looking for out there. It's like running around to 10 stores trying to find what you want. And finally, you just kind of, I'm just going to go home and forget it for today. I'll try again tomorrow, right? This is the kind of energy I'm feeling, is like they're just kind of like unfulfilled with the love of the outside world, not just you specifically, you're one of the cups, right? But they're just like, I can't feel fulfilled. And that's why they're like, meh, I could or I couldn't, but I don't feel like it's going to make a difference for me. This is kind of where they're at in their journey. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, again, so they had temperance and then they have justice. Scales, back and forth, back and forth. So it's being reinforced here, the message of that they're bouncing back and forth. And, of course, you guys do have this past life connections that are there that could be why you're having trouble letting go of them, because you're much more in tune with past life energies. And you guys have had experiences in the past. And so you see more because you're connecting more and more to your higher love, but this also gives you more access to your Akashic records and that lower not lower vibration, but lower deep access to the Akashic records. That's the tunnel is in our subconscious and our deep heart, right? And so you feel that connection, and you might be making more of the connection in this lifetime because of that. And you're having trouble separating those old emotions from past lives with your current with them. And that's why I feel like they're saying it's hard for you to let go of them because of all those past life connections. And it's just because of your astrology of your ability to connect with those spiritual energies, but you're much more in tune with them. Interesting, huh? All right. Yeah. What's this one down here? Yeah. So these three come out together here, and so I feel like they're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And with it being wishy-washy, you know, and again, there's telling you you're having a hard time letting go because of that. But these 3 cards coming out together. Earth Mother, this is you, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, you giving, um, yourself this love and this attention. You have both the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. That your inner love is what brings you these. And this is about all this emotion that you're feeling. It's important for you to, go inward and upward and recognize this. And I feel like you do have this ability to um, disconnect from it, like separate the energies of this lifetime and past lifetimes, kind of separate them out. And you can do like maybe do a candle ritual or something where you take like 2 candles, like we've got these here, like let me just grab we'll just grab 2 candles because they're cute. So, like you can grab like 2 candles and you can have one represent here, like the crown chakra, right? The past lifetimes. And then this one represent this current lifetime. And you can like put maybe a little thread in between them, light them up and just sit there and go, okay, this is this human character I know in this lifetime. And then this candle is all the emotions of past lifetimes. And then either cinch it or take a lighter to it. Just do it safely where you don't burn down anything. But allow that separation to go, okay. And then you can either blow out the candles, let them burn down, but let them do their energy and let them um, do the separation. And because this 2 of Wands is you separating the two and you having the power with this energy, and with you putting this energy into release, because you're like, this is no longer for me because they can't make up their minds. And that tells me everything I need to know, right? Because, like, that if you're like, well, I don't know if I want to be with this or not, how does that feel, right? I mean, one, it tells us that they're not committed, they're not ready, they don't match up to us and align with us. Because if they did, then they'd be with us. But if someone's going, "Well, I don't know if I wanna be with you or not," you're like, "Okay, well, don't worry about it. Have a good life. Talk to you later." And like, "Whoa, what?" You're like, "Well, if you don't know by now, then" it's like that song, if you don't if what is it? "If you don't know me by now, you'll never, never, ever know me." It's like, well, if you don't know now, what's gonna make you change your mind? I'm not gonna change. In fact, well, I'm not going to change to be what you want me to be. In fact, I might change, and I feel like that's what's going on, is that you're changing and you're becoming out of alignment with, who they are, um, not in a bad way, like in a positive growth way. And so, I feel like that's what they're just wanting you to know here is that they don't know and they're undecided and they can bounce back and forth, but they're on their own journey of trying to find their self-love and that um, you know, Empress, the Mother Earth of you coming to you, finding that love within you allows you to fill up with your own emotion, fill up and overflow. And then, releasing your energy regarding them allows you to turn inward. And even turning inward helps you release that energy. But doing a ritual where you would actually choose to release it is, helpful with all that. So hopefully that helps infinity. But yeah, definitely. If they don't know any better, here's the Six of Cups again. Just realize a lot of what you're feeling is past life because it sounds like in this life they've kind of sucked. Just saying. That's your spirit guides. You're like, really, when you compare it, you're like, what have they done for you? Right? It's like Janet Jackson, what have they done for you lately? You're like, yeah, why do I want to keep contact with you? Am I that much am I that much of a masochist? Do I really want to abuse myself that badly? Why do I feel like I deserve this punishment? No, I deserve a reward. And you're not it, right? So contemplate and see what resonates with doing some sort of release ceremony. All right. So that is what they have for you, Infinity. Much love to you. All right. So I think that's it for the donations. So next we will jump in to my YouTube channel members for any free readings there. I think there's just one or two. And then we'll jump into the free readings at the very top. All righter. So Moonlight, we did those. Those were your donations. So those are good there. Those are good there. We did those. That's so loud. My little squeaky mouse. Let's see here. Okay. We did those. Oh, Moonlight, I just saw the black sheep of the family. Woohoo! Welcome to the black sheep herd here. All right, there it is. Happy pill. So whatever the tarot cards want to say. All right, so happy pill. Let's take a look here. What do the tarot want you to know? Wow. So, there is this wonderful, stable feeling that's coming in here right now. You got the Four of Swords, which is mental stability, resting, um, putting these three swords up here are expectations. And it's like putting those expectations to rest, seeing things from a higher perspective. Ten of Pentacles is about our outside world, whether it's money, home, relationships, children, dogs, pets, whatever in the outside world, ancestry. But there's this, Ace of Swords is allowing you to see all of this outside world from a different perspective. And it's interesting once we've come through a year and we get through like a Thanksgiving, thankful for everything we have, and then more, we get into this, I need more, with Black Friday sales and all this, and then here comes holidays and Hanukkah gifts and Christmas gifts and Kwanzaa gifts and gifts and giving and receiving. And then we sit back and we go like, gosh, I have so much to be grateful for on one side of it, right? But then we also realize, what are all these, after I've received a lot, why do I still feel empty in some places? It's because those thoughts and those beliefs that we have around abundance are rooted in fear, right? They're lies, they're small t truths. And then when we see things differently and we realize I've got everything I need inside of me, I have access to that eternal, unconditional love, and that's what really fills me up, and then everything else becomes above and beyond extra. So there's a change of mindset, I feel like that's going on right now, and that you're just becoming really aware of, and I feel like it started around Thanksgiving. November 25th or whatever it was this year. And it's just been kind of culminating. And I feel like the beginning of January, you're just going to kind of, the aha, it's going to like drop from the knowing that we know it up here to the knowing where you feel it, the knowingness down below. So I feel like that is what they're just wanting you to be aware of, because I feel like you're feeling it and maybe haven't been able to put it in words, but now you're like, that's what it is. I got it. So that is what they have for you right now. So boom, shakalaka, boom, boom. Right. So many blessings, happy pill. And then I think the rest were. All right. And then Infinity, for your free question, what does Spirit say about what's blocking your self love and expansion? Stubbornness. Oh, human stubbornness, which we all have. Speaking from experience. Well, let's take a look here. I think that was just a little joke from your spirit guides, but let's take a look here and see what they say. All right. Yeah, have here the Two of Swords, which is about getting out of your head and into your heart. And this is the journey of seeing your worth and relationship to the outside world in a different way. And it's about, getting out of, the the mindset of things, the small t truths. And what blocks our self-love and our expansion are our conditioning, our brainwashing, right? And that's what that's saying there, is that um we're taught to have a low self-worth kind of as humans, because we're given this long list of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be, these rules that are small t truths that are rooted in the fear of rejection, the fear of this, the fear of not being enough, all of that. But it's a big long list that's contradictory, unobtainable. It's kind of, we're set up for failure, which is good, because if we're able to succeed at it, then we would never question it and release ourselves from that cage and never reconnect to our higher worth. If it was 10 things and we could do it, then we'd always be stuck in that, but because it's so outrageous and we can't obtain it all, we're constantly feeling disappointment in others and the world and situations and events, and disappointed in ourselves, and people are being disappointed in us and the world and everything else too. And so it's these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets. And if we can, look back and release ourselves, question those thoughts and beliefs, that's what brings us freedom. Um, and so the triggers that come up, and the more we look in the mirror, it's amazing. And I talk about her a lot. Byron Katie is amazing. She has a great tool called the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. It's amazing because our ego loves to judge everyone. And so her website is thework.com, just thework.com. And she has a good YouTube channel too. Byron, Byron, and then her last name, Katie, Katie. And but you do this worksheet for a situation like, when this person did this, it made me feel this or whatever. And you just fill out these. It's like 7 or 8 questions. And then the turnarounds are amazing, because you just let your ego throw up on this page. It shows you this awareness, and then boom, you transform it and you see, oh, this is what is happening inside of me. I can release this. And then the war with the outside world becomes less and less and less. And we start seeing how everything bubbling up within me that I have towards others and myself are these beliefs that we can release. So it's a huge piece of that, because we're taught not to love ourselves in a way. we're taught to have low self-esteem, and um, through all the conditioning we have is emotionally, mentally, and physically. And then they're like, and go, and then go, and then it's like spinning someone and then sending them off into the world and watch them fall down, right? But the clarity, gaining our balance is important with all that. So maybe if that resonates, check that out. All right. So that's what they have for you, Infinity. All right. And Valerie, hey, hey. Who's next for free readings? I just completed donations. I just completed my YouTube channel members, and I'm going to start at the very top for free readings and move my way down. So if you do want to be prioritized, a donation of any kind can. Otherwise, I will. I'm going to be on for about 45 more minutes. So I don't have a ton, so I should be able to get to yours. All right. So, Lynx Lee, you are up first for the free reading. So, who's coming to your love life? A new person or an ex? Do- well, luckily, we don't have to welcome back exes if we don't want to, right? So, let's take a look here. Who's coming? Is it new or an ex? All right. So, you've got the Justice card coming in here, and the Heart of Pentacles. So the Heart of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself. And this Justice card really is about the Ace of Swords, about seeing things from a higher perspective, and the letting go of some old ways of thinking and the cutting away of old beliefs and old things. And so I feel like they're telling you the focus right now is going to be with yourself. So um, I feel like it's going to be, to answer your question, who comes into your life eventually is going to be new, not an ex coming back. The Justice card with this Heart of Pentacles is telling me that this is a time for you to spend time with you, questioning your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets you have around relationships. The supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be, the must be of what a relationship is supposed to be, who they are supposed to be, who you are supposed to be. And it's this transformation that happens, seeing things differently, going, well, why do I believe that that's what I want in a relationship? Let me look at this. And it's this change that happens. It's like, no, this isn't what I want for me. That's why I feel like the ex, you, because you're not going to want to continue to do what you've always done and get what you've always gotten. You want something expansive, higher vibrational, something more heavenly than devil. So that's what I feel is going on with your love life. So it is giving you time to questioning, beliefs that no longer serve you, emotions that no longer serve you, energy that no longer serves you, things in your physical world that no longer serve you. Big release and purging and transformation of that helps you raise your vibration to invite something new in. Otherwise, you're just going to end up with another X. Or if an X comes back and you're like, sure, there's going to end up being your re-X till they're three X's and strike they're out, right? But that's what's coming in right now for you, Linksley. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Hare Krishna, hello, hello. You are up next. So higher self guidance. All right. Let's see. What does your higher self want you to know right now? All right. Oh my gosh. Well, I put put this card back in and it came flying out with almost the other card. The other card was the Queen of Pentacles, but you have the King of Pentacles, which is interesting. But this has to do with about abundance and fulfillment in the outside world, and the approach on how you define yourself and your worthiness and your self-worth. So with this Justice card, the Ace of Swords allowing you to see things from a higher perspective and cut away some old ways that you've been taught to define worth. And some things that can help with that is like what does success mean to you, right? And then question, where does that come from? And what's interesting is because when we make a list of, well, what does being successful mean? And you write out everything, you just throw it out, let it all come out, don't hold back. Go, this is what I feel success means. And then you question those and go, does that really define whether I'm successful or not? And successful at what? Of life, of being a human. And then you start to really get to the core of things going, well, all that's human made, all this success, it's judgment of the outside world of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. And then it's not real. It's made up by humans. It's a measuring scale that you found out was made up by students in a class when you realize there's no grade in this class. And then why did I do that? And the teacher goes, "Where'd you get this?" I didn't hand out a syllabus, and then a student goes, "Well, I knew you didn't want to grade, but I thought it would be helpful if we all graded and we all had something to judge ourselves by, so I created that." And you're like, "What you did? Who are you to, you know?" So there's this release of a lot of rules around what does it mean to be successful, to reach this place and to come into the now, come into enjoying knowing that every moment you are successful because you came down here to experience life, to experience the opposites of what we are in order to understand who we truly are. And in this, um, realization and this understanding of it, we are experiencing every moment, and so we are successful, and we're doing exactly what we came down here to do, and it's perfect, right? And so there's this release of attachment to outcomes, a goal, this and that. And when we realize I don't have to do anything the rest of my life and I'm still perfect, it takes the pressure off. And we fear, oh my God, that means I'm going to be lazy. I'm not going to do nothing. It's quite the opposite because we spend so much energy trying to become, trying to be, trying to change that we go in circles. But when we release ourselves from all these rules and all these restrictions, then we're able to invest all our energy in enjoying and going and uh, playing in the playground instead of trying to organize the playground and spending our time working instead of playing. And so I feel like that's the message they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Hare Krishna. Many, many blessings to you. All right. And then Starfall, you are up. A general reading. Let's take a look here. All right. Boom, boom. Two cards came flying out. Two major arcana and very interesting. One of the heart, one of the mind. So, there is this the high priestess is about taking some time to step back, going to your high priestess temple, connect to the higher realms, look behind the veil, dive deep into your emotions, and really you're going to have a lot of revelation that's going to come forward here, especially with the devil card, which is Capricorn Saturn energy of the shaking and the rattling of the cage. And it's understanding this what are all these rules come from? Where does all this restriction, what is this cage my mind and my heart are in? So all these beliefs that I grew up with, all this conditioning, and you've done a lot of inner work, a lot of shadow work. And but this is like it's taking you to a new place. And you might have heard of Saturn returns, where when Saturn returns back to where it was when we were born, it takes 28 to 29 years. But since it's so far out, it impacts us 5 years before and after. So anywhere from like 23 to 35, we go through this shaking and rattling of understanding these long held beliefs. And then that's when big changes happen. What we don't deal with, what we don't transform, then the next Saturn return around, we start looking at, but we learn more through watching others than having to experience it ourselves, right? We like that second one. I'm not sure where you're at in your Saturn returns, but I feel like it's important for you to know that there's this return, and then we just have stuff that bubbles up the second time around. but we learn a lot from observation in our dreams and seeing it as a third party instead of experiencing the shaking and the rattling. Instead, we'll see patterns of people going through the same things. And then that's when we realize how this was for me. And I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know here is that, yeah, you've done a ton of shadow work. And there's always new bubbly stuff that can come up. And just to honor that process, knowing it's for us because there's freedom on the other side. And that Saturn energy of the devil card is Saturn gives us tasks to do, and there's always a reward. So there is a reward for doing those things. And I feel like that's what they want you to know right now. So there you go, Starfall. Many blessings to you. Right. And then we have Dollface Diva, a general for next week. Let's see here. What does, all right. Spirit wants you to know about next week. So you had, wow, a lot of movement of energy. You've got the Six of Wands coming in here, which is victory and movement of energy. And then the movement of wands, the knight of wands. So you got the horse, even though this is a fox, this is the horse of wands, the horse on fire, the fastest moving. And I do feel like here there's a lot of energy next week. I do feel like next week kind of flies by. But there is this very fiery energy, a lot of attraction, a lot of but it's a lot of flow, and I feel like you blink and next week is gone. You're like, "What happened?" It's just so full of activity, so full of movement, um, and sudden movement of things too. Like, I feel like you're gonna get just a lot of visitors or people wanting time, people contacting you, just a lot of energy, a lot of movement, a lot of like you're standing out too, you're attracting a lot of people to you, because you just have this Sagittarius energy with these cards that's standing out where it just draws people. You're glowing and it draws moths to you. So you're like, "Oh, I better put up my bug zapper." No, I'm just kidding. But you don't have to say no to every get together, whatever, or combine them together. Go, "Hey, do you mind if I just I want you to meet some other friends of mine," and then you get them all together, and then there's four of you instead of just two, and then they can share and get to know each other too. And you're like, "Okay, good. I don't have to, invest so much energy and be exhausted." But I do feel like next week just flies by for you. Interesting. So that's what they have for you, Diva. Many blessings to you. All right. And then musical beer. You are up. So a general for the next 24 hours. What does Spirit want you to know about the next 24 hours? Wow, look at the two turtles. So I feel like the next 24 hours is a bit of a hermit, a bit of a go into your shell, have your private time, your quiet time, your reflective time, because you do make some significant movement of mindset, leaving some old ways of thinking behind, moving into new ways of thinking. But there's also this movement from choppy waters to calmer waters. But I like the shells, and I don't know if you the phases of the moon are really being brought out here for you. The back of a turtle shell will have 13 of these big shells, which represent the 13 cycles of the moon each year. And then around the outside, there'll be these little small ones all the way around, which are 28, 29 of those, which represent the number of days in the moon cycle. And so I feel like it's important for you to know here with this movement to like really connect to the movement of the moon. We go through the entire zodiac every 28, 29 days. Every 2 to 3 days, the moon goes into a different sign. Every, four signs where we go through all the four elements. So we start off with fire and earth and air and water, and then fire and earth and air and water, fire, earth, and air and water. And there are different tint, different taste of it all because each of the fire signs brings a different flavor of fire. All the three earth signs bring a different flavor of earth. So becoming aware of how those moons impact you, maybe even doing a moon journal. But I feel like there's this stepping away and connecting and understanding, and questioning some things allows you this. But looking at cycles, looking at movements of things going on around you, it's an important time for you to step back and look at the stars, look at the moon, and see what it brings you in particular. There's a lot of free things on the internet. You can just, moon tracking the moon, and there's websites that do it that will tell you what sign it's in, what phase it is in. You can put your time zone. It'll tell you when things are happening, and you can Google, moon in Pisces. What does that energy bring, and see if it resonates with you. But I feel like it's a big nudging here. These next 24 hours is like, get into studying the moon and the phases for, you know, who knows what that's for, but it's because it impacts us emotionally. When we know the moon energy that's happening or will happen, then we can use that energy for our advantage instead of having the energy use us, right? So I feel like that's important for you. So boom, boom, there you go. That's what they have for you. Musical beer. So many blessings to you. You're welcome, Starfall. All right. And then Melissa Hudzik. Hello, hello. Did you embarrass yourself at Thursday? And if you did, will they forget soon? Because you said something awkward while you were drunk, but hope no one heard it, though, and now it's killing you. Or is it only in your head? Well, your fear is only in your head. Um, your The importance of what other people think of you is only in your head, because these are the choices you get to make, right? And let's see what spirit has here for you, though. But that's where our whole empowerment comes from, is that I get to choose the story, I get to choose the emotion, I get to choose my energy and my physical actions. Other people's actions, yeah, I can judge it. If someone said what you said, how would you judge that? And it's like, I would probably judge them pretty harsh. Okay, well, you know, that's our story. But when I'm like, I get to decide what it meant, everyone gets to decide what it meant for them, and you can't control that, which it makes us feel out of control, right? But I get to choose it for me, and I can look at what I'm fearing and get to the root of that, right? Let's see what we have here. Well, you have the the 9 of Cups and the High Priestess. So dreams come true. I don't think you have anything to worry about here with the 9 of Cups. This is like emotional dream come true fulfillment. So I don't think anyone's going to remember it or pay attention to it. They're probably more focused on themselves. The High Priestess is getting to the root here, though. She dives into the unknown and find out why does it bother us so much, right? And this is every human, right? There's something when we're growing up, we have fears of what people will think until we really start to experience life and realize everyone has such weird opinions. And no matter what I do, people still going to decide what they want to do. And I've had experiences where, you know, someone was like, "I can't believe you did that." And I go, "Did what?" And they go, "Blah, blah." I go, "No, I didn't do that." I go, "Look, here's even the video. I didn't do that." And they're like, "Well, no, you must have. There's nothing you can tell me to convince me different ways." And I'm like, "Even proof? Who knows if that was that time? I think you did that." And I'm like, wow, it's that feeling of I can't control what other people think and decide, opinion, or whatever. And if someone has an opinion of me that I don't agree with, and I'll be like, "I don't see where you're coming from," and they won't talk about it or whatever, then I'm like, "Well, I I don't need them in my life. They show me who they are," right? And so it's this empowerment that comes through this questioning. Why am I afraid of what people think? Did I embarrass myself? No. Unless I feel like I wanted to embarrass myself, right? I'm the one that gets to define that. Did I do something embarrassing? In some people's opinion, maybe, other people not. But what's your opinion? Yours is the only one that matters. Wow, I like that. So something to think about. There you go, Melissa. But nine of cups, I feel like you're fine. Whoosh, you dodged a bullet, but the experience happened for that high priestess experience for you to look at this and go, yeah, why do I care so much about what people think? There's a release that comes there, right? All right, so that's what they have for you there. And then MMC, you are up next. So a general for next week. So many blessings to you, Melissa. If I didn't say that, many blessings. So MMC, a general for next week. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Movement of thoughts. Oh my goodness. So I like this. There's this whatever conflict has been going on in the outside world or on the inside or both, there is this resolution. Your transfer progression, yeah, progression. 5 of swords to 6 of swords. The conflict, dun 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 dun, and then leaving behind old ways of thinking and moving into higher ways of thinking. Choppy waters to calmer waters. Choppy waters, drama, conflict. But there's something that works itself out here this week. And it, ooh, hiccup, excuse me. And it has to do with how you perceive the world, your ideas, your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindset. So it's you changing the way you're communicating, approaching something, or thinking about something, the story that you're applying to a situation. Excuse me, as you change that, then you see the outside world change because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So as our inner conflict changes, so does the outer conflict. It's pretty amazing the power that we have. But I feel like that's the main thing they want you to know. Whatever this conflict has been going on, just think of why do I approach it and look at it that way, and how can I look at it differently from a higher standpoint, and then watch it transform. So I like that for you, MMC. That's what they have. So many blessings. Sorry, just gonna take a sip here. All right. So continue moving down the list, and we have Aisha Sharif. Hello. So the Leo, his thoughts on you today. Is it romantic? All right, let's take a look here. Well, we know with a Leo, it's probably passion, right? Those Leos, always purring. Just kidding, Leos. But you know it's true. But let's see if it's romantic, right? I don't feel like they've moved into that far here yet. The Judgment card is it's like their higher self calling them to see their life from a different perspective. And with these two major arcana, they're in the middle of making a lot of choices, being pulled in a lot of different directions. And I just feel like they haven't made a choice yet. The Chariot card is the power of choice, and we're always making a choice mentally of the story, emotionally of our emotions, of our energy, and of our physical actions. But I feel like they're kind of in a trying to understand their life a bit more, and so they're not in the decision making mode yet. They're kind of looking and going, well, I see options, but I don't know what I want. I see options, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want for my life, for me. And so I don't know what I want for everything. So I feel like there is attraction there. And the chariot is Cancer sign, which is a lot of emotion. She rules over them, is ruled by the moon. So there is a lot of emotional energy that's beneath the surface. So I do feel like they have emotion. They do have caring feelings. Romantic, I guess that depends on how you define romantic, but I do feel like there is care, their heart does feel for you, but as far as what they wanna do with that, uncertain and undetermined right now. They're just kind of, again, stuck looking at their big picture view of their life, trying to figure things out. So, really, I wanna say detached in a way, but, um, more of a pause. It's like, action on everything, it's still all emotion and thoughts and everything are bubbling and moving. They're just it's like having the foot on the brake. It's revving the engine, it wants to go, but they have their foot on the brakes on things. And it's not personal towards you, it's their entire life, kind of energy. So hopefully that helps, Aisha. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Patricia, hello, hello. A message from your guardian angel for Christmas. All right, let's see what your guardian angel wants you to know for Christmas. All right. I like it. A star dancing in the night. But I like this. The Six of Wands is victory, energetic flow, and hope, and wish upon a star, and movement towards dreams come true as well. And I just feel like this is like the star on top of a Christmas tree. I don't have one on there, but if I put it, let's see. Do you think I'm talented enough to no, I'm not. I was gonna say, I'll put it on top of my tree over here. Ta-da! So it's on top of the tree, and it's like something to look forward to. They're like giving you hope for this 2025 that there's going to be such victory and such movement of energy. And um it's almost like this, I got you. We're going to have so much fun. Here's this flow. There's this wonderful balance, energy that comes in with all this too. And they're like, flow, go with the flow. There's so much that we're going to enjoy. And I feel like Christmas is a big, cheerful, childlike, believing in miracles, believing in dreams, believing in this. And I like this kind of energy that comes in. I'm hearing there's a Josh Groban song, Believe, from one of those Christmas. Um, it was the one with the train. But if you do, you can even just in YouTube just do Josh Groban Believe, and that's your theme song for Christmas. All right, and that's what they have for you, Patricia. That's your message from your guardian angel. So many blessings. All right. So let's continue looking down here. All right. So we are to Ashvin Ray, I believe. Yes. Yeah. So, yay. Why are you so stressed about your job? Yay. Should you stay or should you go? Dun, 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 dun. It's an old song from my youth. So let's take a look here. Let's see here. Let's see. Why are you stressed? And then, is it best for you to go or stay? All right. Why are you so stressed? Oh, well, it makes sense. The Seven of Swords is you have these thoughts and beliefs that are lies, deceiving yourself here. And that's where stress is fear. Fear comes from these small t truths rooted in fear. And stress, fear happens when we are defining ourselves by something in the outside world. And we are given these big, long list of rules, right? Usually, three areas of our life is where we look for our worth: relationships of all kinds, family, friends, romantic, whatever, jobs, education, situations we can get in, and things: our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions. We're told this defines you, that defines you, that defines you. So if you kind of put it in three buckets like that, you realize, wow, um, what if that doesn't happen? Oh, that means you're rejectable, you're not lovable, what are people gonna think? Ultimately at the root of everything is the fear of rejection. Even like, well, if I lose my job, if I don't do well or I don't compete, what are people gonna think? And well, okay, what are people gonna think? And who cares what they think? The people who judge me without knowing the full picture are stupid. Their opinions are stupid, we'll say, not the people. Their opinions are stupid because they lack information, and so they're um, a poor stupid opinion, you know? So it's like, it's a unwarranted opinion. So what do I care about what those people think? Because 'cause they're making poor choices and poor opinions? The people who do know me will love me and understand and ask me my side of things and go, "Ah, I get it. I see why you got fired or why you didn't succeed in that, because of that." So yeah, it doesn't, and they don't use it to define you. It's just an experience. But it's that fear of failure, the fear of rejection that drives us all and stresses us all our humans out until we start dismantling these swords, dismantling those thoughts and those beliefs that defines me. No, that's just someone's opinion of this, of my actions. But my actions aren't me. They're just I did my best, like we all do. We all do our best in the moment with what energy we have and what information we have. I'm always doing my best. If that's not good enough for someone, tough, that's their problem, not mine, right? And that's good. It's a freedom that comes from that. And the stress comes up to show us where our fears are, our triggers. They point us back to a belief that we probably, when we were emotionally growing, 7 years old and younger, mentally between 7 and 14, and we realized, what was this thing? Oh, when I got punished for not doing the grade my parents wanted, or, um, you know, made embarrassed in front of the class, and when I got a D and everyone else got better, and people made fun of me. It's like there's core things, echoes of these fears. And once we understand them and we set ourselves free from them, it's refreshing, right? Yep. And I feel like here with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like this is a new opportunity in the outside world. So what's best for you is to find something more in alignment with who you are, something that you'll enjoy more, because it sounds like you're trying to live up this job you chose through your mind. And I feel like choosing something that you'd love to do through your heart is where you're encouraged to go towards. But it will follow you wherever you go if you don't deal with the fears, because you will eventually fear failing at everything, right? Anywhere, anything. And once we question those and transform them and get to the root, then we're like, yeah, I'm free, right? And then you get to express yourself. All right. So that's what they have for you, Ashvin. Hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. Let me scroll here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. And then Highness, you are up next. So, what are P's thoughts about you? All right. Let's take a look here. Well, hey, Debbie. Sorry I didn't see you come in there. All up above. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you in the daytime, right? Where we're not like, hey, wide awake. You are awake. Good to see you. All right. So, Highness, what are P's thoughts about you? All right. And hey, Rhonda. All right. So, how interesting here. There is this, well, we got the movement of cups, the Knight of Cups. So there is movement of emotion that's coming here. So their heart is going. This Temperance card here, there's this temperance, of course, is like alchemy, but there's this slow movement of energy. It's patience, because things are slowly going back and forth, and then eventually, you see the magic that's going, it's transforming it slowly to gold, but it's the patience and waiting for it to turn to gold. So there is this movement, if you have like when someone's making a martini and they put it in the little thing and it's not that, because that gets done quick and makes things quick, right? But it's like, it's slow pour, and who knows how many times it's going to take to turn to gold. So, the energy around this highness is that it's like, um, they have emotion, it's flowing, they're kind of just going with the flow, seeing how things are going. Not a whole lot of thinking, more of a just being in the moment, seeing where things go, flow, 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 you know, energy that's coming in there. So they're not very quick acting when it comes to interactions. And I kind of feel like it's a little bit from lack of experience, but also the experience they had was pretty sucky when they moved quickly because I feel like they're someone who trusts very easily and to an extreme amount, and people took advantage of it. So now they're very slow, and let's see what happens. Let's see what unfolds. Let's see you know, what just progresses, what grows from it. So that's what's coming in there, you know. I know we're like, I'm Aquarius sun, which likes organization. It's, you know, ruled by Saturn and Uranus, and then my Capricorn rising ruled by Saturn. Structure, structure, structure. Come on, let's go. We need to have all that, but over time we learn to just go with the flow. So that's kind of where they're at, their highness. So that's what they have for right now. Many blessings to you. All right. And boom, 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 boom. So, Valerie, you are up now, Valerie Calver. So, what do you see for your career? All right, let's see what Spirit has here for your career. All right. What is happening? What do they want you to know about your career? All right. Well, we have the Nine of Wands with the 10 of Pentacles here. So the Nine of Wands, it's interesting. I got something like this, and they're showing me because the Nine of Wands is like a barrier that you've been trying to get through, trying to break through. And you almost feel like there's this forest field, or that the door is always locked and I'm trying to get through this door and blah 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 blah. Now, sometimes the Nine of Wands is perseverance, keep trying to bust down that door. But sometimes it's like, well, the door is locked because there's a big hungry lion on the other side and it's going to eat you if you open that door. Something that's not for you ends up eating away at you. And so as far as career, I feel like this is telling you what's for you is right behind you. Literally, here's the monkey and behind them, here's something, the 10 of Pentacles, that's more in alignment with who you are and where you want to go in life. Something that would feel more fulfilling, feel more beneficial for you. So I feel like wherever you've been heading in your life and you've been feeling like something's holding you back, well, it's your higher self and your spiritual posse that are like, no, no, rah, rah, and the other side, they're like, that will, it wouldn't be for your highest experience. There's a different path, a different avenue, something that is in more alignment with what your heart wants, not what your mind wants. And so if you can think about, when's the last 5 times that your heart felt full and overflowing and wanting to dance, even if it's just around work, if you're wanting to do like career and work. But even think about life, and sometimes it's like, what brings me my joy? And what am I waiting for to go do that? To die? That's when the plague hit in 2020. And I was still working a corporate job and I wasn't able to do what I do a whole lot because I was so tired by the time I finished working and everything. but that it hit. I'm like, yeah, what if I died tomorrow? I'm like, what am I waiting for? To die? I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm gonna leave corporate life and all this that I'm, secure in everything, and I'm going to go follow this adventure. And here I am 4 years later, almost 5 years later. 4, 5, yeah, about 5 years later, right? I can do math. But it's like that kind of energy that's coming in here for you, Valerie. It's like, what is this joy? What brings you joy? Whatever's you've been beating your head up against, it's time to, the spirit is saying, you can let that go because it's not for you. And you could push and push and eventually get through it, but then once you get through it, the lion's gonna bite you. And you're like, "Ow, I did all that to get bitten? Screw that," right? Anyway, so that's what they have for you, Valerie. So many blessings to you. Thanks for your patience and getting to your reading. All right. And then Ateshi Singh. And you want to say, if SSP tries to reach out, what will he say? All right. Let's take a look here. Big if. Sorry, that's what your spirit guides say. Big if. Like, let's see, what would he say? Hmm. Yeah. Say your spirit guides are pretty sassy because I heard a bunch of BS because the seven of swords is deceit, lies, and not truth. And movement of swords is this, it's the knight of swords. It's pursuit of capital T truths. This is like you would have to really be very, very discerning about what truth is with them because it's funny. It's Gemini energy. It's like they're almost split personality. It's like they have this idea of what they think the truth is. Like they could pass a lie detector test, but kind of feel like they just have a lot of stories that they tell themselves in their head because they have so many fears of not being enough, of being rejected, of being, that. But I just feel like, first of all, big if that they will reach out if they try to reach out. But I just feel like they're warning you, your spirit guides are warning you. It's just what oozes out of their mouth. You would have to be very careful, very particular about how you ask questions because they will answer your question and they won't tell you entire truths, which a lot of us believe that's still a lie, right? Withholding information, knowing that I'm leaving you with a perception, that's a lie, but they don't see it that way. Well, you didn't ask me that, you know, and so I feel like that's an important thing that comes in with that. So so that's what they have for you, Teshi. So many blessings to you. Your guides are funny though. Sassy. All right, and then content, you are up. Many blessings, Ateshi. Sorry if I didn't say that. When will the Taurus contact you? The stubborn bull. Geminis are so charming. They can be. Every expression, of course, of a sign has a higher expression and lower expression. Lower expression are the lower vibrational expressions. You know, higher vibration, you know, can be so much, right? Like Leo's, lower vibration can be all about themselves, vain, not caring about other people, blah, blah, blah. Higher expression, great leaders, leading by example, great, powerful, people. So, we have all that. All right. So when will the Taurus contact you? Content. Sorry. Focus, focus. Let's see what else we have here. When? Just one. When will they contact you? All right. We have the 10 of Cups, joy, overflowing, celebration here. And I like this. I like this energy. And on the bottom of the jack, or the deck, you have the magician card here. It's going to say magician, in deck, that's a jack. But this is about wherever you in the speed at which they contact you has to do with how grateful you are in the contact that you've had before. Because that is this energy, right? Of if I'm looking at they're not contacting me enough, they're not contacting me enough, they're not contacting me soon enough. Our energy is, I enjoy them not contacting me soon enough. So what does our energy? It pushes them contacting me further away for my experience of not being contacted. But if I focus my energy on, oh, I'm so grateful for that time when they contacted me. I really like that conversation, this and that. And I really liked when this person contacted me. The gratitude of people contacting us draws in things that match that energy instead of pushing it away. So, when is going to be totally up to your energy of gratitude about how they have contacted you in the past. So it's a range. It could be 15 minutes from now if you're like really sincerely looking at all the gratitude around all the times they have contacted you. Zoom, here it comes. Or it can be much later too. So, depending on how much gratitude we're giving, right? So hopefully that makes content. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Rhonda, you are up. And you, missed you too. And the advice. uh, I love how they always bring us the messages we need in this moment. So I'm so glad it resonates. And so you can get some, what is coming for you that you need to be aware of? And you said what others say is not necessary. What is wrong with you? It's what they lack from them that they want. Yeah, it's all about the mirror, right? We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are, right? And so that is that you know awareness of. And then also, my view of other people is about me. That's the big whoa, whoa. Oh, wow. Do I really feel that's about myself some way inside? Yeah. When we're judging other people harshly, that means we got some harsh judgments on ourselves on the inside too, right? But let's take a look here. What is coming for you that you need to be aware of? All right. Boom, boom. Card, card. All right. So you do have some fire energy coming in here with the strength card being Leo energy and the innocence of wands, the page of wands. And this is some new news coming in and it comes in quickly. But, this is, I feel like they're wanting you to know you're getting a lot of messages coming in from spirit in the outside world. And it's like, um, all over the place. There's like all of these um, synchronicities, repeating numbers, just odd things where you're like, what is this?" But it's spirit getting your attention because they really are here. This is your higher self. Well, the wings and the infinity symbol is your higher self. The lion is your human self. And there's like this gathering together here of this energy. And, there is this. Yeah, you see me everywhere. I get confused. Well, it's them reminding you that they are with you, that you're not alone, and that, they're always working on things for you, the stuff that you wanted them to have, that you wanted to experience when you came down here. They're always working on that when you, as your soul before your human, your soul's like, this is what I want to experience. And they're working on that stuff. But of your own free will, if you don't ask of them to guide you, to show you things, to show you signs and communicate with them, then they honor our free will and our power of choice and they don't meddle. But because they're behind us and they know we as humans can get drawn so much into the outside world so easily and um, distracted and forget that they're behind us, that they'll clear their throat by giving us all that stuff to go, "Oh, hey, guys." They're like, "Hey, just, not meddling, just letting you know we're here if you need anything." Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, if you need anything, right? Oh, you've asked, that's why you have so many. Well, that's good. So you asked him for signs, but, clarity, if you're like wanting to know something like specific around stuff, you can say, I need to make a decision. Can you just help it be a no brainer? Bring me information. Then they will bring you that. So, if we go, I want signs, they're like, here's signs. And you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do with that? They're like, well, you wanted signs. So those are signs. Here's a stop sign. Here's a go sign. Here's a one way. But what do you want? But the more specific we ask, the more specific the answers we get too. And a lot of this too with the strength card is you realizing that it's only your higher self that can give you what you're searching for. The strength card is an amazing journey because it's like the lion starts off unaware of the maiden of our higher self, and it feels like it's alone, and it comes down, it's so hungry, so thirsty, and it's told to, go out there, eat and drink of relationships, eat and drink of situations like jobs and education and etc. Eat and drink of body and possessions and money. It's going to fill you up, and we're like, okay, and we do, and we went out there, right? And we went, and um the more we eat, the hungrier we feel, the more we drink, the thirstier we become, to where that lion gets so desperate because it's like, I'm so hungry, I'm so thirsty. It roars in the jungle. And then our higher self at that time in our life is generally when we go, oh, wait, I'm more than just this human. I'm this higher self. I'm this actor behind this character, powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, right? And our higher self knows what our human self is hungry for is the eternal unconditional love of the higher realms. And it just so happens our higher self is made of that, so it can give what our human wants to feel finally full and no longer thirsty. And then we walk hand in hand. That's why I like that, how they have the lion with wings, and it's like we become one and we walk together hand in paw through life and experience life differently because we know the outside world can't give me what I'm looking for, only in here. And then once I find it in here, then I go into life as a, instead of like a hunt for food, it's an exploration and an adventure, instead. So I like that. Absolutely, Ron. I love it. Debbie, you always learn something from others. Ask and you will receive, and I'm asking with higher vibrational attitude. Oh, I love it. Oh, I talk more during the day. You're so funny. That's funny, Deb. I love that, Sarah. With your pet cat. Oh, yeah. And that's what, that's what our humans are, right? It's trying to consume from the outside world. And until we find love on the inside, then we fill up and overflow. And we don't worry about people trying to take because they can't take this love inside of me. I'm filling up with it. And they can have my overflow, but I don't feel like I have to partake in the bartering system of I have to give in order to receive, and I need to give, give, give because I'm starving so much, right? So there's a big transformation that happens with all that. So I love that for you. So many blessings, Rhonda, Rhonda. And then Valerie, you said you wanted to include finances. That's interesting that the 10 of Pentacles was there, which is all about the finances. And it's like the turning in that other direction will bring you more abundance too. Because when we do what we love instead of doing what we think we're supposed to do, even though sometimes the beginning might be lower income, it ends up being more because we're so grateful for doing and living our dream that more is automatically drawn in. Where when we're trying to achieve at a job that our brain has told us we should, it pushes achievement away. I usually talk about how when I was in corporate life, I would work 4 times, harder than everyone else in my mind anyway, and more hours and put in a lot of stuff and doing a bunch of things and trying to get the raises, trying to get the bonuses, trying to get the promotions and just meet expectations. And I'm like, seriously? I'm doing like 4 times what other people are doing and that's a meet? So then I'd be like, forget it. I'm just going to go in and enjoy my job and do what I love, and that's it. And then doing a fourth of the amount of energy, I would get raises and bonuses and promotions. And I realized that has to do here with this energy, of wanting and needing, pursuing and loving and having gratitude around what I was doing, what I was earning, the position I was in, and more came. So it's amazing what gratitude does. And I think I said you work at a school but you like teaching skating. Wow. Yeah, so what's the joy, right? Living the joy. I love that. All right, let me see here. Hey, Sarah. Good morning. Great advice. Oh, thank you so much. I learned so much. Like Debbie says, you always learn something from others' readings. I learn so much from everyone's readings too. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. All right. And I think actually that is it here. Yeah, can't take anything unless I let them. I won't let them. That's right, Rhonda. Power, the power. All right, everybody. Well, and we're only like 2 hours and 16 minutes. Only went 16 minutes over today, and that's cool. So thank you guys again so much for all the love, the support, and for all your thirst for searching after spirit. I will be back tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time and tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time if you'd like to join me again. And of course, if you didn't see earlier, we do have solstice readings out there. Let me repost those real quick. So happy solstice. That's for each of those of the elements like air signs, fire signs, etc. And then also we have the 2025 energy forecast out by each individual zodiac sign. So if you want some additional messages from spirit, there's a couple more options there for you. All right. So as we're going through our adventure, remember, of course, every day, every second of our lives, we are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Cosmic Father and the Cosmic Mother, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. And we'll see you soon.